wrestling fans. Welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I am your host, Joe the Panther the Third. Sorry, hold the smoke. Man, this episode is going to be so fun. It's a Friday morning here on the East Coast. And man, I have a friend back again. Let's give a warm welcome back to Jade Blackwell. And man, this time she's not alone. Introduce yourself, sir.
I am Damien Deschain. That is my name. I'm the quick draw king. I don't know what that is.
Bang, bang. Bang, bang. So, first off, Jade, what have you been up to since the last time we hung out earlier this month?
I've just been wrestling at my home promotion. I've had a few matches, and then I debuted at another promotion, rode with one of our friends, Christian Rose, to a new promotion. So I've been going around getting some more experience other places and getting as many matches in as I can.
Awesome. So, Mr. Quickdraw, if our fans are not familiar with you, and why would they not be, introduce yourself.
Oh, I mean, if you would like to see me wrestle, you can most notably do that at Magnum Wrestling in Nebraska whenever I go up there. Sometimes Zao Live scheduling conflicts don't allow for that all the time. Rocket Pro Wrestling in Joliet, Illinois, and of course Dreamwave Wrestling in LaSalle. I also have a podcast if you're interested in that. It's at Wowed Podcast, WAWED Podcast. What are we even doing? It's me and my trainer, Christian Rose, aforementioned, who we just talk about wrestling as well. So, there's that. But and then I'm kind of active on Twitter, but
Twitter's a scary place.
It really is, especially wrestling Twitter.
Oh yeah.
Oh, geez. I'm almost afraid what they're saying about me. Yes.
Well, I haven't seen anything negative, so.
You've seen all positive stuff? Yay!
Yeah.
add my little Instagram version of me. Jumping. So, guys, first off, with Jade, have you ever thought of wrestling your boyfriend in a match? And if you have already, what did you think?
We have unfortunately not had any experience with working with each other. That is something eventually we would like to do. We'd also like to tag with each other at some point. But yeah, we haven't really had an experience in ring together besides some training sessions together.
So, Damien, who trained you?
What?
Who trained you? Who trained you?
Christian Rose trained me. I first found out about him at Dreamwave over a decade ago at this point. And he turned into someone very quickly who I was like, I want to be that guy in wrestling. And then it just so happened to work out the way that I started traveling with my brother to shows when he was training with Zawa. And then slowly over time traveling with Rose and then eventually being trained by him. And now, I don't know. It's just, it's a whole journey of one of my idols becoming one of my closest friends. It's pretty interesting.
Awesome. So we got the story of Jade. So for you, what was it? What was your first match energy like before you went to that curtain?
So I had a very unique first match in that my training partner and I had about a month and a half, 2 months or so to work on our match. And we really planned it out and really ironed out all the details. We did it a couple times in front of Christian Rose to see what he thinks of it, what critiques and all that stuff. And we fine tuned it. So I knew that I wasn't nervous that we were going to mess up what we had planned. The nerves came mostly from, well, what if something goes wrong? Now that plan goes out the window. That mixed with, oh my God, this is finally happening. And mainly it honestly felt like I was in a dream. Like I was watching it happen through, like, not really doing it. It was weird, but awesome all at the same time.
Mm.
So there's that.
Mm. That could be a good thing or a bad thing. You know, like your first match, some people like had that energy, like they just like drank, like did a pixie stick, and as soon as they go to the match, they get in the middle of it, and then they hit that wall, that, you know, I mean, that black wall. Like you're doing the energy, you get that all that energy, and then all of a sudden you're like, and then you forget everything you do. You win the match. You just hit that
Yeah.
black wall, and they're like, they come back around into to the curtain, and they're like, everybody's clapping, and they're like, "What'd you think?" And you're like, "All I remember is hitting the ropes 3 times, and everything went black." I don't remember.
Yeah. Honestly, it didn't feel like I was comprehending what was happening as it was happening. It was very much like, the best way I can describe it is that I was dreaming, literally. Like, it was like a more intense form of autopilot, honestly. It's like, oh, we practiced this match 100 times. I know these bumps. I know these moves. I know all that sort of stuff. But I don't know. I wasn't doing it. It was being done to me through my just autopilot. It was weird.
Mm. So, what is like your preparation before, like the week before a show, like the week of a show? What is your preparation for it? Like, what is it?
I mean, I don't really have big preparation for a show. I mean, I try to stay up on, like, the gym and like cardio and all that sort of stuff regularly anyway. Um, I don't really have like a preparing like throughout the week. I do get nervous every once in a while as I approach show days, like even throughout the week. I don't I my anxiety, even though I love wrestling and everything that goes into it, my anxiety really just wants me to not have a good time. So sometimes even like middle of the week, I'll just have a spike of just like, why am I nervous for this? It's 3 days away and I'm like wrestling my friend or whatever. Like, I don't know. Um, there's that.
So, is there any other place in like the country or the world both, this goes for both of you, like that you guys would like to travel to that you have not like had a chance to get to yet?
Um, I mean, I have those like wild out like fantasies being like, it would be awesome to wrestle in Japan. Like, that would be super cool. Mexico would be pretty cool. Canada would be pretty cool. Like, other countries are, I don't really have any states per se, like in the United States, that I'm just like, I want to wrestle there. It's mostly like any locational goal for me is a country outside the country, that sort of thing.
Okay.
And then for me, mine's pretty small goal right now. I want to wrestle in Nebraska just because that's where my dad and the rest of like his family lives, and they don't really get to see me wrestle often. My dad came down for my debut, but my family up there hasn't seen me wrestle yet, so it's a goal to get up there just so like my stepmom can watch me wrestle, even though it's not really her forte. She still wants to see me do something I'm really passionate about. So that's my goal right now.
Awesome. So, Damien, what would you like consider your like wrestling for like our fans that are like from the East Coast that don't really get a chance to see a lot of wrestling from Zawa and like see like your side of the country, like the promotion? What kind of wrestling style would you consider yourself?
Ooh, I mean, definitely. uh, If I had to just limit it to just one word, it'd be striker technician. I lean a lot more into the technical chain wrestling and sequences with like holds and transitions between those holds and all that stuff. But also uh, kicks and knees and such like that. I don't do a whole lot of, well, okay, so I'm 6'2", 150. So I'm not super huge. So I'm not
Mm.
really picking people up often. So I lean more into like the holds and the strikes of that sort of stuff.
Almost like a Rob Van Dam. He did a lot of kicks and strikes and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Or like maybe like Kurt. Kurt Angle, he would do like he was like a striker, but
He's
like
definitely someone I pull from.
yeah.
Love
Like
Kurt
what about
Angle.
Taz? Do you think Taz or no?
I'm not super familiar with him. I'm not. I don't love ECW,
Mm.
and its presentation of wrestling mostly. So I don't really visit it often. I'm aware that that's when Taz was at his best. Unfortunately for me, the only Taz I'm really familiar with is either behind the commentary table or when he's wearing his black and orange janitor suit in the early 2000s in the Fed.
Yeah. Yeah, same. Like I'm 40. I almost told myself 39 again. Wow, Jade, that was a month ago, a few months ago that I was 39 still. Like I kind of remember the Taz with the singlet, but like it kind of gets hazy after that because a lot of that stuff I couldn't really watch because it was like they would come on so late, so I would see
Yeah.
ECW. Because I remember seeing him when he came out and faced Angle at the match. So like, is there any for this question kind of goes to both of you guys? Is there any like wrestlers that you've seen on YouTube or you're watching on Instagram or Twitter that you've been wanting to wrestle that you hadn't had a chance to wrestle yet? And who would that be?
Yeah.
So I'm huge on following female wrestlers on TikTok. Maddie Monarch, I'm pretty sure you had on.
I had Maddie. Yeah,
Uh,
we had Maddie.
I have followed her on Twitter and I've been watching or TikTok and I like all of her stuff. So it'd be real cool to at least meet her, not even wrestle her, but just meet her.
She's really nice. She's so sweet, and she's been talking lately. I've been seeing a lot. So if you have any words for Maddie Monarch, the stage is yours, Miss Jade Black. Well,
Oh, I don't have anything. I've just seen your work on TikTok, and I think you do some pretty cool stuff. So it, like I said, it'd be cool to maybe not even wrestle her, just to meet her. There's not a lot of like female people around here that I talk to, so it'd be cool to be able to, because I know she wrestles in I think Ohio up there.
I think so.
So it'd be cool to pull from people that wrestle in different states and stuff like that.
Awesome, cool. How about you, Damien?
So the only one that's coming to mind that's still in the realm of possibility, because of course I could be like, I want to wrestle Bryan Danielson, because who wouldn't want to? But someone that could possibly happen at this stage, Alex Shelley. I still don't think I'm quite ready for that match, but I would love. He would just, dude. I love Alex Shelley so much.
Awesome. So, I don't know if I asked you this last time, Jade. Do you guys collect anything? If you do, what do you collect?
I don't really collect anything, but
I collect a lot of wrestling action figures.
Ooh, pray tell, my sir. Pray tell. What kind of fun stuff do you got?
I mean, I have some on my on my desk right now. I actually I still noodle around with them because I actually genuinely think of a lot of wrestling things I want to do in the ring with figures. It's just a good visual aid. I got this like ECW Rey Mysterio
Ooh,
just readily
I have the
available.
purple Ray. I have the purple Ray Mysterio. I don't know if I showed that one to Jade. I have this
Ooh,
one.
I also have that one. It's pretty
Someone
awesome.
gave me this at work, and I kind of thought, "Oh no!" I heard the TikTok. Oh no! I had it in my hand, all excited, and I walked out with it. I was like this. I don't know if I really want this anymore. I just thought of where it could have went. Because what's his name? Grimm's Toy Show. You ever watch his
Oh yeah,
channel? I was like, yay! I
I've heard
got
of
it in
it.
my hand. I went to put my jacket, and I was going, oh no, oh god, I'm touching this, and this could be in someone's butt. Like, that's what Grimm's Toy Show always says.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I know it gets a little goofy here on Dudes at Ringside.
Well, I'm glad that I buy all of my figures in box so that I know that they haven't been there.
Or bit in someone's nose, like me, like little
Yeah,
kids. When you go to the wrestling shows and they have the ones in the box, like they're all out like this, sitting in the boxes, like the big crate.
yeah,
Like, how do you know that guy's child didn't go, Daddy? And then he wasn't looking. Daddy, look at me, and he has like Rey Mysterio, Triple H in his nose, and then they go.
yeah.
And he doesn't show his dad, and he puts it back in the bin. Like, you got
There's no way to know.
Ray Booger Mysterio going in the box, and you're like, "Oh, I like that Ray," and the kid's laughing the whole time as you buying it, and Jade's going, "Why is he laughing?" I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I like it, Daddy. And you go home and say, "What's this stuff on the kid Rey Mysterio's head?" And it's that kid's boogers.
Yeah.
Hashtag Booger Ray.
You know,
Is there like, besides wrestling toys, do you guys collect pops, or does Damien, do you collect pops?
I have a couple of them that have been given to me. I'm not like huge into collecting them, but like there are when there's like a very specific one, a lot of people around me know, hey, that's something that even though he doesn't really do the pops thing, he would enjoy that. So there's that. But I don't collect them myself.
Okay. Well, this question goes to both of you guys. Has a fan ever given you like art or like something that looks like you or a toy or anything?
Yes, I actually have a drawing framed. Ooh,
There we go.
it's mirrored.
Oh wow, look at that.
These are those damn coyotes. That is my stable that I am in. As you can see, I'm the only one that's wearing clothes, which I find quite funny. But yeah, it's just a coyote drawing.
She did your Spider-Man gear.
Yeah, it was my Spider-Man inspired gear, and that's why I was the only one wearing.
I would have started singing the song as soon as they were like, Spidey Coyote, going above the trees that cackle, the coyote's coming. There goes the same song. Now Jade has a song to sing about the coyote. Spidey Coyote.
No.
I will every time I see it. Think of them. Go, Spidey Coyote. Hear the cackle. The coyote's coming. I have those by me. Coyotes are scary. Like, no. I actually live in the woods, and sometimes I'll wake up 12 o'clock in the morning to hear the cackling in my bed. I live in the basement of my house. Sometimes I leave the window open, and all I hear is that cackle, and it's just like, and I don't know why I get freezed. I'm like, don't move. They won't see you. And like, I'm in a house with walls, and I'm still going, it sounds close. Like, oh my god, where are they? Um, okay, my last question is kind of like goes for both of you guys. If there was a young wrestler that was watching this podcast that really can't figure it out and they don't want to give up, but they want to go into wrestling, what kind of advice would you guys give them?
Ooh, there's so many things. Like I always look at this type of question as if I were to say this to my younger self. And there's so many things that I would have wanted to say, but I think we can just go with The Rock's adage: know your role and shut your mouth. Because if you stay quiet and you learn and you absorb your information, like that's where you're really gonna. And I mean, shut your mouth. I just said that because that's the quote. Honestly, if you have a question, ask someone. But I mean, I guess just don't pretend you know what you don't. That's like the best thing I could say to sum that up, is basically like, at first when you're starting out and you're not getting it, you're there to learn. You don't know everything. Like, just behave that way, you know. You have any?
Yeah, and then mine kind of goes along with him, just like, and this is what I've been told, like, by some vets, is like, know your spot on the card, and like, always be thankful for no matter what spot you're on, even if it's a 5-minute squash match. Hey, you at least have something. Definitely go to as many like training sessions as you can with like your promotion. Seminars, just like a lot of vets will do seminars before shows. If and when you can, definitely do that, because there's a lot of wise guys around here. So definitely, and this is something I definitely started doing. If you're a few matches in or whatever, even I'm almost a year in, I will get my match footage and send it to like Christian Rose, Vic Capri, Connor Hawkins. Get as much feedback from vets as you can, because one person can notice some big things and then one of them can notice something else. And the more people you get good feedback from, like the more you can be like, okay, this is what I should work on because this is what so-and-so said. So really good thing to do when you're starting out is get feedback for sure.
Awesome. Jade, Damien, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedules to come on the podcast. I really
Absolutely.
appreciate it. And Jade, again, thank you again for coming back on the podcast. I had again part 2, and I had this one. You took this one was fun to meet you the first time. It's even cooler to have you back on this time with your boyfriend, and it's even cooler. Please, guys, both of you, please tell your wrestling friends about Dudes at Ringside. And like, I want to have more of you guys. I want to have more of you guys from Zawa. Like this was so much fun. Zawa, don't forget to check out Zawa Live on their YouTube channel. Please subscribe to them on Instagram, on if they have Facebook. Just check out Zawa Live. They're a great promotion. As you can tell, Jade and Damien, they're both really good people. If one last thing, if our fans want to find either of you guys on social media, where can they find you?
For me, on Twitter, it would be at Deschain_QD. And then beyond that, my podcast with my trainer, What Are We Even Doing? Available on all podcast platforms. That's basically where to find me.
Okay.
And Facebook, I have a Facebook. It's just Jade Blackwell. I post all of my matches and upcoming things. My Twitter is, I think, Jade Blackwell 03. And I have an Instagram, which is probably Jade Blackwell 03. Yeah. And definitely check out Zawa. You can see matches from both of us.
Awesome. I'm Joe Panther III.
I'm Jade Blackwell.
I'm Damien Deschain.
And we will catch you in the next one. Have a great Friday, everybody. Too sweet.